What's good, YouTube? Mobility Market, and we're back with another video. And today, look where we are. We are at the Dudley Canal and Tunnel Trust, and we've been invited down to take a look at what they have to offer. So, for you think as well, guys, if you've got elderly, young kids with prams, wheelchairs, it is accessible to people with disabilities.
You got a lift as well in there.
There's also a lift. Check it out, Anna. So it is accessible to disabled kids with prams and such. So guys, let's go and have a look at the front end. Yes guys, so Anna's got a Bob the Builder helmet on. You're gonna get paranoid.
Yeah, the dark.
Aye aye, so posh round boils. Cheers, cheers. Just had electric fitting, young man.
Stuff have a good banter,
Cheeky, it's our volunteer Chris, that is. You can follow him there.
Right, Bosh, I'm on my boat. I might get a free fucking hotel.
Teddy's, by the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency in Liverpool. The boat does carry a full range of safety equipment, so we do have life rings, fire extinguishers, emergency ladders, ship to shore radio. And if you have to fall off in the water, just let them float away, okay? If you fall off in the boat, try to keep them on if you can. I will let you know when they're likely to fall off. It is big drippy down here, but most importantly, keep arms and hands inside the boat as we make our way through this tunnel. Now the tunnel in the approaching is the second longest canal tunnel in Britain, and it's just under 2 miles long. Very impressive bit of engineering, this. Dug out by miners as young as 9 if you was a boy, and 12 if you was a girl. Back in them days, folks grafted hard, working 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. Miners as young as 9 and 12 if you was a girl. And the bricks, well, the bricks were made by children as young as 5. Okay? A very impressive bit of buildings. All the families related as well. We all worked together and pulled the road. The road started in 1775 and the tunnel opened in 1792. Now then, it's a bit drippy down here, guys, so we've all got drip on. It's called the Dudley Tour because it's a tour and it's in Dudley. It's also known as Lord Lord's Tour because the Lord Lord was the Earl of Dudley. He built this tour. It's a bit drippy, guys. Watch out, there are rocks coming. I do apologise about this. I mean, that gin factory's been working for years. What a waste of gin. Yeah, it is rainwater though, guys. It does rain in Dudley very rarely. And that rainwater, what it's doing. Right, yeah. We've been on that trip before. Yeah, well done. We can start tomorrow. Right, so we're making our way underneath the Eiffel Tower. Back outside again, we've got 2 mines in here. We've got flooded mine on your left hand side. It's called flooded mine because it's always flooded. And good mine. It's a drift mine and it's a limestone mine. In fact, it's the oldest limestone mine in Dudley. And you've got Tipton mine on the opposite side, okay? So 200 years ago, you'd have a boat on the one side and a boat on the other. And this was an underground loading wharf because all the parked angles and miners filling these boats with limestone. But the roof was blown off that one 180 years ago. So we're just going to come into Castle Basin.
This is where the boats park up
Turning
here.
left into Castle Basin, have a look on the right hand side as we leave the tunnel, because you'll see our fantastic tunnel called the Wren's Nest Tunnel. Not been used since 1928. Yeah, massive place. The amazing when we get that open. Really brilliant. Bring a lot of investment to the area as well. And we're into Castle Basin now. This used to be a cavern. The roof was blown off this one 150 years ago. You can see the trees above us, and these are the ones that surround Dudley Zoo and Castle. Yeah, used to be a cavern. It was all dug out by hand. Every cavern's dug out by hand from the surface downwards, so every cavern is connected to the surface, and miners could walk in, work in the mine, and hopefully walk out when they're finished. Right, so here we go. 89 tunnel next, guys.
There's loads of tunnels
Look
there.
at the 89 tunnel. Have a close look at it. Got a square pattern you can see. Yeah. Well, you see even the tunnel lights only the same pattern. Built the same way. This one's been squared with concrete now to make it look old. Okay? Put it in relativity. Now the tunnel was built because it was safer to build a new tunnel than it was to repair the old one. The old one was so dangerous and unsafe, we couldn't repair that tunnel. This is a great shame. So instead of repairing it, we blocked it up. We built a new one. We discovered in 1989 that 9-year-old boys and 12-year-old girls didn't build tunnels anymore. So it's a great shame we had to build this one ourselves. Yeah, bolt it together. Yeah, it's got that tunnels. Of course, the tunnel itself, the 89 tunnel,
No one knows for certain quite how or why it happened, but around 2 million years ago, in a warm, shallow pool, a tiny single-celled creature developed. A creature that could divide and reproduce itself, and change to meet the challenges of its harsh environment. A creature that was destined to change the face of the earth and become the father and mother of all life on the planet. Millions of years later, the Dudley area was a shallow tropical sea, and from that single-celled creature have evolved a wide variety of life forms. Trilobites, shellfish, sea lilies, and giant corals. Welcome to Victorian times, where the rock around you is a living world 400 years ago. As these creatures died, their remains sank to the bottom of the sea and were entombed in the mud. A steady rain that went on for millions of years. As later deposits were laid down, this mud was eventually compressed to form rock, still bearing the imprints of those creatures that lived and died millions.
stars on the rock. Of course, we're making our way down to our next cavern now, which is called the Singing Cavern. And Singing Cavern is the biggest cavern open to the public. Like all the other mines, it's connected to the surface, allowing access to the guys.
You can tell this is all dug out by hand, yeah?
Mines and coming by boat. Every mine had people looking on foot. The very dangerous working conditions and 4 miners a month who were lost their lives working in these mines. Removing limestone was very important as it kept the furnace in the country. Yes, it was used as a flux to make steel. You couldn't make steel without limestone. Singing Cavern is one of the biggest. Have a good look round when the show comes on. It's called that because the wind was blowing on the windy day. And as the wind blew around inside this mine, the wind would make a singing noise. Okay? Got a light show and music show for you, so if you're on the right hand side, you can actually.
There's a walkway up there.
Limestone was quarried here on Dudley Castle Hill for hundreds of years, but the arrival of the canal prompted a rapid increase in mining activity, and at its peak, the Dudley mines produced over 100,000 tons of limestone a year. The extraction of the stone left behind a network of vast caverns, which became an attraction for scientists, engineers, and visiting dignitaries from abroad. The Dudley Caverns have also played an important role in the development of the science of geology and became renowned internationally for the quality and diversity of the fossils that have been discovered here. In 1849, addressing a meeting of scientists here in the Dudley mines, the eminent geologist Sir Roderick Murchison proclaimed that in no part of England are more geological features brought together in a small compass than in the environs of Dudley. In the 1850s, the caverns were opened to the public. Gas lighting was installed, cars laid out, the bandstand constructed. Many fetes and concerts were held in these mines, with entertainment provided by orchestras, choirs, and military bands. Coloured flares were ignited, and demonstrations of blasting were carried out. Those events were perhaps the forerunner of today's classical spectacular concerts. And although some of the mines were visible from the surface,
This was a drift mine, that's the surface, it's all on the same level, so you can walk about that way. The guys also cars, of course they realised that the limestone was pretty good down here, so they removed the floor of the mine. Come down, left these behind to hold the roof up. They knew exactly how big to leave, how much to leave, how big the pillars have got to be, and even the right angle, so they could support the roof. They came down underneath it, and guys dug this out by hand. Yeah? They dug out and removed the ball and a piece of the shovel, and taken out by boat. Didn't stop at this level, they went down underneath us as well. So below us you've got another cavern, exactly the same. Now flooded. Of course, behind the wall on the left-hand side, dark cavern. Dark cavern. Well, you can get nearly 2,000 people in there. Big enough to hold St Paul's Cathedral. In fact, dark cavern is so big, the Earl of Dudley thought, get a lot of people in here, we charge them some money, they could come in on a boat and watch a show. So we built a bandstand in the middle, which is still in there today. This bandstand would have hosted concerts, miniature bands, magic mansion shows, gas flares with it so you can see where you were going, and even underground firework displays. That cabin is full of sand at the moment, waiting for us to get the money to reopen it. After Dark Cabin, you've got another cabin called Bear Pit Cabin, which is underneath the Bear Pit of Dudley Zoo. After that one, you've got Stores Cabin, which is underneath the castle itself. So, yeah, there's caverns built either side, there's caverns underneath, there's even holes in the wall with an hammer drill. We've all got an hammer drill. If you're familiar with how an hammer drill works and you've got a toe, it turns and hammers. He's turning that metal bar with his hands because he hasn't got a motor. While he's turning it, he's hitting it with a sledgehammer. So he's turning and hammering just like an hammer drill. So that is a 200-year-old version of an hammer drill. They've put the holes in the wall about to be to deep. These holes are packed out with explosives. They're gunpowder mainly. A big bucket full of rope, soaking in tar and alcohol. And that rope will be taken out the bucket, laid across the floor, put in the hole, and when the foreman says, get ready to blast, stand clear, these guys are sitting outside having the dinner, while the 9-year-old boy called Billy lights the fire. He's got the naked over with us, he's got the roof in the got Dudley archives next door to the museum.
That's the one we went in and come out that one.
So if you ain't familiar with what a fossil looks like, as soon as you get over the other side, I'll show you a fossil. Now you've got to bear in mind, there's quite a few years ago, Dudley was covered in seawater, tropical sea. And at the bottom of the sea was milk. And when the animals in the sea died, they sunk into the bed of the bottom. Okay? Now the seas in Dudley dried up, and the mud came in contact with the sunshine, and that mud dried over millions of years, turned into limestone, and this limestone fossilises all these sea creatures. So just coming up,
you can see the mine bottom.
Up on the wall, you will see a big arrow. The arrow is not the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Right in front of it, you can see a shell. You see that shell at the top of the retail? Yeah? That's a fossil. Then, Chris. You want to be careful. Half fell in, it's a bit of a style.
Right then guys, so when you come outside the pottery, you come in the building and there's a little exhibit, you've got everything, all information about everything. And you can even have a go at legging it. Yeah. Don't tell people that. Let's have a look. This is going to be one or two parts. Go into the gift shop. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'd like to say a big thank you to the Black Country Canal Trust and to Katie for getting us in. Yeah, it's been a brilliant day. I hope you guys will come down and happily enjoy it yourself. Until the next video, love you guys.